crystal blessings. This is Hibiscus Moon with hibiscusmooncrystalacademy.com, and I'm back today for another session of crystal Q&A. So let's listen to the question.
Hi Hibiscus Moon, this is Tess. My question for you today is I need a bit of guidance on how I can use and get the most out of a quartz that I purchased recently. It's about 8 inches tall, it's a clear quartz, and inside it has 2 other fully formations of other crystals inside. One is in the shape of a cross, and the other is a much smaller version of itself closer to the top. It's also filled with loads of rainbows, and honestly it's just stunning, and I know that I was guided to it for a reason. It called to me for a reason, and I want to make sure that I'm going to use it correctly and get the most out of it. Can you help me with this? Thank you so much. Anything is appreciated. I love your site. I love your books. Love your vibe. Love all the people that are on your Facebook page. Honestly, very happy to have discovered you. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye.
Well, hi Tess, and thank you so much for all those lovely compliments. And it sounds like you've stumbled upon a most special crystal. Sounds like it's got a lot of different characteristics and a lot going on in there. And I'm going to preface this by saying that I don't think there's any incorrect way of working with the crystal, or that you're going to be doing anything wrong with it. You were already strongly guided to get the crystal, and you followed your intuition on that. Whatever you're personally guided to do with the crystal and work with the crystal in certain ways is certainly going to be correct. But I'm going to kind of maybe illuminate a few things that you talked about and maybe give you some ideas. So it sounds like the first thing you talked about was really interesting. You said there was a crystal, 2 crystals growing inside in the shape of a cross. That's really interesting. I have never seen anything like that. Sounds like a penetrator or manifestation crystal. I actually have, and this is Big Baby here by the way. This is a clear quartz that I've had for a number of years that I've used for lots of different things, and it's usually now used in some of my crystal grids. And Big Baby happens to have one penetrator crystal right here in the front, where it's a full-grown double terminated quartz crystal. Just the little bottom tip of it is sticking out of the bottom, and the rest of it is completely embedded within the large crystal. So the 2 that you're talking about that are in the shape of a cross might be 2 crystals that grew like that within the crystal. And scientists aren't exactly positively sure how this happens. I mean, it takes millions of years for the crystals to grow. Nobody is there when they're growing underground. We can grow them in a lab, but it's a much different process, and it's much quicker, and it's nothing like what Mother Earth does in her private little kitchen.
Planted seeds have yielded matchless crystal, clearer, more uniform than nature has brought forth in the ages of time.
So we are not privy to what's going on in there and how exactly it happens. Some geologists determined that one crystal grew first, the one inside, and then the larger one that kind of engulfed it grew after. Some theorize that they're both growing at the same time. Some theorize that the larger one, during some kind of weird dimensional shift, liquefies itself, the other one grows into it, and then it hardens again. I mean, this is getting into some crazy stuff, and yes, some geologists have proposed this. We don't really know how it happens, but it's not really necessary to know how. What manifestation crystals bring about is they're really strong manifestors. Hence why I use Big Baby in a lot of manifestation crystal grids. So they're great for manifestation, they help birth new ideas, they help boost creative flow. Anything that you'd like to grow more of, manifestation crystals are great for that. Then you mentioned that looked like there was another one within the crystal that looked like it was mirroring the larger one. That sounds like a phantom. And rather than go into all that again, I have a video all about phantoms, which I will link to in the links below so you can find out what phantoms are all about. Then you mentioned rainbows. And I have a video about rainbows that I will put right here and link to below and tell you what rainbows are all about. So it sounds like you got a really nice crystal. Lots of characteristics, large in size, large in energy is what it's going to be. So lucky you, Tess. That sounds really amazing, and I hope you have a lot of fun with it and really enjoy working with your crystal. Okay everyone, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, share it with some friends, and if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe. The subscribe button's right over here, and that will ensure that you get all of my videos on crystals and you don't miss a single one. Okay, namaste. Bye-bye now. Sometimes we find citrine Lemurians, clear Lemurians, pink Lemurians, and even smoky Lemurians.